Alrighty, welcome to another Glenwood esports broadcast. This will be Mario Kart. This is week 5. Today we've got Oskaloosa versus the Glenwood Mario Kart team, and we're about to get it started now. All right, both teams are ready. We're going to do Flower Cup first, I believe. What do we got on the docket this week? Flower Cup, Feather Cup, and Propeller Cup. And if we go to a tiebreaker, which would be very unlikely, we've got the Crossing Cup, which includes Baby Park, a highly contested race that you either love it or you hate it. Chris apparently hates it. And Paxton loves it. So we'll see. Maybe we will go to a tiebreaker. Paxton said he's going to try and force a tiebreaker, so we have to play Baby Park.
You better not, Paxton. You better not, Paxton.
Alrighty, we're into our first race here. Let me get the graphics up. We've got Chris on the right. A little mix up there. We got the wrong tires on Chris's kart, but I think he'll be okay despite that. Chris and Paxton here. Paxton on the left as Black Yoshi, and Chris on the right as Green Yoshi, the classic Yoshi. Chris gets a cut right away. Everybody's vying for placement here. Still fairly grouped up. Veda and Roker are over on the other TV. Or Veda and Haley, sorry. Veda Roker and Haley Her. Holding 4th and 6th right now. Chris holds 2nd, Paxton holds 4th. Paxton gets some mushrooms, which are pretty important. Good to get in 4th place here. Allows him to get this cut. Now, coins do make you go a little bit faster. Chris is getting close to 10 here. If he could just pick up 3 on the 2nd lap, that'll give him a whole 3rd lap, hopefully, with 10 coins. There's 3.
What team are you talking about? My unexistent that works.
I thought it was for the other team.
All right. We're on lap 3. Red Shell coming at Chris. Or just coming behind him, not at him. Holding 2nd and 3rd here. 2nd, 3rd place finish from Paxton and Chris. And we've got a 6th and 7th, 6-7 out of Haley and Veda. All right, we are on to the 2nd race in the Flower Cup here, Toad Harbor. Toad happens to be my very favorite Mario character. Unfortunately, he is not in the meta. Okie dokie. Let's get good starts here out of the team. And we're off.
Hey Dylan, if that one split fast, is it faster to go on the way that goes up or the way that goes
So right here?
No.
Toad Harbor. Get some elevation in this map. A couple different tracks that you can take.
Yeah. But then going under the tent is
There are some different strats here.
Go wide so you hit that boost.
Chris holds second. Paxton's got a mushroom in sixth. Haley and Veda both have mushrooms as well. Double mushroom for Haley. No. Haley's struggling a little bit in the back, but that just means better items here. Chris is holding a speaker drum. I can't remember what it's called right now, but that item is one of the best items in the game, especially if you're holding first place. It can keep a red shell or a blue shell from hitting you.
Bullet bill just went past me. Watch out, bullet bill.
Alrighty, the team should be getting some good items here. They just got to find some boxes. First place is Blue Yoshi. He's up there quite a bit, so we should be getting some catch-up items. Couple cuts there as Paxton takes a cut across near the finish line. Puts him in 5th place, but there's 4th and 3rd sitting right up here. Alright, Haley's holding 4th. Veda's got 8th. Maybe take a couple spots on her way. She just got a star and a mushroom, so. Chris and Paxton in 4th and 5th. They've got to take some places here to take this race. Blue shell goes out from Paxton. Bullet bill coming up on Paxton. Be careful of mid there. Chris grabs 2nd. Paxton 7th.
Maybe bagging is the way to go.
It is.
Oh yeah.
Very close races. After the first two, we sit down by 2. Glenwood down by 2. Plenty of race left. We are halfway done. Now we've got Twisted Mansion and Shy Guy Falls to hopefully just get a couple points here. Very, very close. Lots of Yoshis out here. Oh, just lost our stream there for a second. We're back. All right, Chris grabs that double. Paxton holding on to a banana and a green shell. He's going to use that banana for defense here. Grab a couple coins on his way over here. And I know this is one that they practiced over the week. Oh, unfortunate hit there with that hammer coming down right before she crosses, or he crosses. Paxton now in 1st. Didn't really do much there. He's got to watch out. Got somebody throwing boomerangs at him from behind. Chris has got a good chance here. There's a whole grouping of them just sitting in 3, 4, 5, 6. Chris got 2 Oski people right in front of him. Misses the double box there just by a hair. But he does have a mushroom, and we know that's important. There's a big cut here that he can take. Well, there's that one, and there's also one in here. Hopefully he gets another mushroom. Oh, good defensive item, good offensive item as well. Oski member right in front of him, and he takes him out. He's got a red shell coming at him as well. Veda holding 6th, Haley holding on to 1st. All right, Paxton dodges a red shell there, goes after somebody else. Paxton just got 10 coins, so he's got a little bit of a speed boost here. Also holding on to the horn, and doesn't get the horn off in time, ends up taking a red shell. Oh, he tries to get 5th place to take 5th, but just too late. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 7th finish. All right, good race for Glenwood. That puts us up by 3 overall. 5 on the race, 3 overall. All comes down to this last race. Be nice to have a little buffer there. Couple point lead, but 5's going to make it pretty close. 3's going to make it pretty close. Shy Guy Falls. This reminds me of last week. Last week, the team put in a couple time trials. Chris put in quite a bit of work. There is a cut on this race that can be done without a mushroom, but it's pixel perfect pretty much. It's very, very difficult to get. I doubt that anyone in this race will be going for it. If so, they've got a lot more confidence than I do. Now the top is typically going to be the path that most people take, and then Chris has a mushroom, so he's able to take that cut.
I got hit by my own team.
Now I wonder if Chris is going to hold on to this mushroom for the cut again. He's just got to hope he doesn't get lightninged or have that mushroom stolen by the time this cut comes up. Paxton's having a bit of a rough race here, but he can get some items and take a couple spots. All right, Chris no longer has the mushroom, so he's not going to be taking this cut. Oh, he tries it, doesn't get the cut. All right, Paxton's got 3 mushrooms now. 3rd lap for everyone. Veda holds 4th, and Haley holds 5th. We just got to focus on getting a couple spots and holding on to those spots. It was very risky for Chris to take that cut without the mushroom. I do see 2 mushrooms out right now. Looks like 2 Glenwood members. So I believe they're going to be holding on to those. Just pray that we don't get shocked. All right, Paxton's able to take the cut. And Veda's able to take the cut as well. That gives us a 4th, 5th, 3rd, and 7th place. That's going to be close either way. Oh, what a close one. 79-77. Glenwood loses by 2 points. Very, very close. Team's got to decide which cup they want now. All right, they're going to take Feather Cup. And we will start the next round of races. Alrighty. We're just about to get going here. Let's make sure the other coach is ready as well. Some close races. For the Feather Cup, we've got Athens Dash, Daisy Cruiser, Moonview Highway, and Squeaky Clean Sprint. And they're off. Okay, got to get those boxes to start off. Chris gets a mushroom, Paxton gets a red shell. Can be used offensively or defensively. Let's see how he uses it. Offensively. Oh, just barely misses those coins. Good cut there by Paxton. Paxton's sitting at 5 coins. Chris is going to have to make up some ground there with those coins. Veda sits in 2nd. Haley in 4th. Unfortunately, she gets hit and loses 4th to 5th place. Paxton in 1st with a bomb. Paxton can grab 2 coins here. He'll be set for a while. Lots of jumps on this part of the race here. Chris sits in 2nd, just behind Paxton, maybe a couple seconds behind. And he gets rid of that. Banana, so he can grab 2 items here. Oh, unfortunately, an Oski teammates grabs 2 of ours with a bomb. Good bomb on their part. Blue shell hits Paxton. Seems like they held their items and coordinated that attack. That was a well-coordinated attack there. Bomb goes out. Luckily didn't hit anybody. Team's got to make up some ground here. Paxton finishes 1st. Chris is able to snag 4th. Haley gets 2nd. And Veda gets 6th. That's a 1st and 2nd. Kind of hard for the other team to win when you get 1st and 2nd. You just get so many points there. Alrighty. And Glenwood has a lead, 26-13. Now, over the course of the next 3 races, that lead could go away, but that is a strong lead to start with. Got some other esports members in here today practicing Marvel Rivals. They had a match yesterday. Unfortunately, did not win it, but they've caught a couple wins this season. Rivals is they're doing a Swiss schedule this season, so teams with similar records go up against each other. It's not a not a set schedule for the regular season. Makes it a little difficult to schedule anything or to advertise anything. But they have their next match on Monday. Chris holding third here, grabbing his coins. We got Veda in second, or in fourth now. Paxton in seventh. He'll be getting some good catch-up items here. Lots of drifts here. Fortunately, that red shell, I think, got somebody. A lot of places being exchanged here. Okay, 3 and 4 and 5 and 7. First and second are pretty far up there. They're going to have to get a blue shell out and maybe have Chris throw a red shell. Unfortunately, greens aren't going to get to Oski. Maybe. Blue shell's incoming. Oh, Chris got to watch the center there with that blue shell. They are on the third lap. If Chris can take one place here from the other team. Oh, and he does. He grabs seventh. May not seem like much, but those points matter. All those points matter. We've got a 1. Okay, we are back. Close match there. Glenwood still has the lead, 43-35, but that lead was cut by 5 in that last race. This race here, there's a lot of drifting in this one, a lot of lines. Take the right line, get your coins. Fairly straightforward. A lot of boost pads too. Paxton's got a defensive item out. Sitting in first. Almost got his coins. Now in this version, you do have to hold the item back there, which you have to do that while still drifting, still doing everything else. Makes steering a little bit difficult. But in the new version of Mario Kart for the Switch 2, Mario Kart World, by default items go behind you defensively. So it does add a little bit more to this race to have to hold those items back there. Chris is in 8th. He's getting his catch-up items. Hopefully able to take a couple spots from the other team. We are leading the pack and also bringing up the rear here, but Chris got Peter Griffin, in his sights. Haley holds second place. Veda in fourth with a lot of red shells. 4 red shells for Veda, and she sends all of them off to hit third place. Okay, Chris has a chance here. Can he get him? 6th place, and he holds on to 6th. That's big. Paxton in first. Haley takes second. Beta. Glenwood gets that race win, 23-16. 7 points, extends the lead a bit more. Current score is 51-66. If they have a strong showing in this race, they can take it. Alrighty, we are off. Get your coins early. Try and get some defensive items. The more shells that you can evade, the more shells that you can keep from hitting you, it gives you a much higher chance of staying in that spot or finishing higher up. And considering during a race you might get hit 5 times, 6 times, maybe 6, 7 times by something. But if you can deter at least 2 of those, that's going to help a lot. Paxton holds first, and Chris holds second. Third for Haley, and sixth for Veda. 1, 2, 3. However, I do not expect Oskaloosa to let that go. What I saw from the first race, they will hold their items, wait till they get really good offensive items, and then use them all at the same time, which is a great strat. So I sense that there's probably going to be a coordinated attack here. Chris fends off a red shell. That could put a damper on the attack. Paxton also has a banana as a defensive item. Chris and Paxton both with 10 coins. I'm going to just try to keep extending that lead here. Meanwhile, Veda has been put back to 8. I guess that offensive attack from Oskaloosa went right into Veda, sent her to 8th. However, that is part of protecting the team. First and second are definitely the most important spots. And then your other teammates, if they get situated in the back of the pack or in front of the other team, they can block attacks and try to kind of fend off an attack from Oskaloosa. Chris finishes first. Paxton might be able to pass Peter Griffin here. Nope. We've got a first, a fourth, a sixth, and an 8th. So Chris won. Glenwood takes the second cup, 85-71. That first race put them in a great position, and then the third race, Moonview Highway, helped them out a lot to take that win. They did lose the last race, but it didn't matter because we took the overall points. Now we move on to Propeller Cup, Sydney Springs, Snowland, Mushroom Gorge, Sky High Sunday. This is the DLC Cup. They tend to be a little more complex than the other races. So we shall see how this goes. Alrighty, just waiting on people to be ready here. Teams are ready. We will start out with Sydney Sprint. This is a tour race, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, means that it is not a circuit. We are not going to do multiple laps. Every part of this race will be unique. I believe some parts do cut over the other parts, but a little more difficult to practice. That's what makes some of these harder. Sydney Sprint. If you are watching the stream right now, I thank you for tuning in. Esports is kind of a new thing in Glenwood, but we're trying to grow its popularity, and I hear a lot from other parents of esports players and parents around Glenwood that they wish this was a thing when they were in school, and I wish the same thing when I was in school. Alrighty. Sydney Spring. The weather looks beautiful in Sydney, Australia. Off to a decent start. Big pack here. Ooh, that's not a cut, unfortunately. I thought that was a cut too. Oh, tough green shell there for Paxton. They got some making up to do. They're going to get their coins. Nice long race. Those coins are going to matter quite a bit. All right, Chris gets two. Chris in second, Paxton in third. Haley is in fourth, and Veda in fifth. Got a nice pack here. First place gets taken out, and Chris becomes our leader. A little bit of a slowdown for Chris. Lots of people sitting right here. Paxton gets put behind the team. A little bit of miscommunication there, accidental hits. But now Paxton can start to take out these Oski members. Gets a good cut here. And right to third. This race not very spread out. If you look at the mini map, just about the whole crew of 8 are just sitting on top of each other. A lot can happen in this last lap. But Chris is in a good position with the horn. One of the only items that can keep a blue shell from hitting you. He gets rid of that red shell. We'll see if that works out for him rather than holding it for a blue shell.
I'm gonna trap the left item box.
Some comms out of the team there. Paxton's got a good chance with this. Take out some Oski members just before the finish. Gets one, but then gets past. We've got a first out of Chris. Third out of Haley. 6 and 7. Didn't do that one on purpose. Okay. Glenwood up 21 to 18. Not up 21, up 3. Close race. We've got Snowland here. I believe the cars act a little bit different on this icy track in the snow.
I think I know what you're talking about. Left out of the box.
All right, as we start to establish places here, trying to get some offensive and defensive items. We got first and second. Paxton holding onto a red shell for defense, and Chris has got a banana for defense. Haley in fourth place, so there's an Oski between them, and then Veda in seventh. Got two members in front of her. She's going to try and take them out here. We'll see what items she gets. She gets some mushrooms, so she's able to take some cuts to get in front of them, hopefully. Paxton and Chris exchanging places. And Chris gets his 10 coins here. You'll really be able to see with these two. Right now, Paxton's got 8 coins. Able to use that shell to defend himself against a red. You'll be able to see the speed difference here. Shouldn't be much with just a difference of 1 coin. And Paxton finishes it up, gets his 10 coins, and hopefully holds the lead here. Got a defensive item, unfortunately just stolen from him there. Chris riding with a nanner behind him. And Paxton almost catches him with a banana at the last minute. First for Paxton. Second for Chris. 7 and 8 for Haley and Veda. All right. Well, we had a first and second and a 7th and 8th. But it doesn't matter if you get first and second, you can still take the last 2 and you'll win. First and second, so important to get those high positions, at least 2 members of the team. And that is part of the strat. A lot of teams will leave 2 members behind to get some catch-up items, and then you have some front runners. All right, third race here, Wee Mushroom Gorge. Now, I am not very familiar with this race. A lot of chaos always in the beginning of these races. Oof. Okay, Paxton's going to take this cut here. Beautifully done. Holds on to another mushroom. He's going to want to get rid of it pretty soon for a cut. Or maybe hold on to it so that he doesn't get hit. Chris in 6th, but he's got people just in front of him, and blue shell is incoming. Going to first place. Paxton exchanges places there and dodges the blue shell. Back in first. First out of Paxton. 4th from Chris. 6th place for Veda. And 3rd place for Haley. If they can hold on to this, they can hold on to the cup. All they got to do now is finish up this 3rd lap. Keep those defensive items. Blue shell incoming again. It's going to go to Paxton. Hopefully it doesn't catch him over one of these gaps. Oh. Blue shell got taken out. I assume that was from Oskaloosa, but it must have been from one of us. Go, Chris, go. Chris is going to take 7th place. We've got a 2nd, a 7th. Haley in first. And Veda takes fifth. That puts Glenwood in a great spot going into race 4, Sky High Sunday, which I assume is a dessert-themed race here. Gonna make me hungry. Overall, 66 to 51. 15 points ahead is Glenwood. Okay, good start to the race here. And Haley's little brother Dylan checking the score. He's kind of a fixture here in the Glenwood Esports room. He's been hanging out with us while Haley practices for about the past month. He himself is a Mario Kart expert. Unfortunately, he's in 7th grade currently. Got 2 more years to wait. Well, 1 more year. Paxton and Veda up here.
Yeah, I see it.
And Veda's able to calm with Paxton to get the hit on the Oskaloosa member with the boomerang. Good comms for them. Paxton in second, got a horn. Gonna hold on to it as long as he can. Use it defensively. Second lap here. I don't know if he's thinking about holding it until the third. Chris is in 5th right now. Good pack in front of him if he's able to take them out. Moves to 4th because